Prince Dapo Abiodun has flagged off the reconstruction of the 70-kilometer Abeokuta-Ifo-Ota-Lagos Road, promising to complete it within 18 months. The project, which was first conceived in 2019, aims to alleviate the suffering of motorists and improve economic activities in the region. Mr. Abiodun expressed gratitude to the President, Bola Tinubu, and the Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, for approving the project. He noted that the road is the second busiest in the country and connects Abeokuta to Lagos State, linking several industrial hubs and border towns. 5 construction gangs will work on the project, divided into zones to ensure speedy completion. The governor emphasized that the project will create jobs, improve security, and provide a conducive environment for businesses to operate. The reconstruction project is expected to bring relief to motorists and boost economic activities in the region. Well, joining us in the studio to talk more on this is the Senior Special Assistant on Public Communications to Ogun State Government, Dapo Abiodun. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you join us. And I believe the news will also be a relief to a lot of persons who plied that route, because this has been a long time coming. Since 2019 or so, the governor said had been a conversation that had been ongoing. And although that it is a federal road, they decided, they needed to take it over and do it. So talk to us how the governor was able to achieve this.
Thank you very much. The smile I see on your face.
It's always making you smile.
Making me smile, and also confirming to me that indeed that road will bring succor to a lot of it. You will recall that we've discussed this severally, and I don't see this smile on your face. So when you started the discourse with a smile,
it encouraged you.
Yes. Finally, I'm going to leave the studio with a smile today from you. It's a good thing.
Yes.
It's a good thing. And I tell you, that's the desire of my principal, Governor Dapo Abiodun, to put smiles on the face of his constituents, and if possible, even others outside his constituency. And that's what he has done with this. You nailed it. It's a federal road that had been in very deplorable state for over 20 years. That road had been in that state for over 20 years. The last time it received any form of attention was 2003. And even at that, a contract was awarded then, and then the work was not finished. The lack of funding, disagreements over the contract, variations, and other reasons have been adduced why that work couldn't go on, and that road remained in that state. And I tell you, the idea to fix this road was confixed immediately Governor Dapo Abiodun took office in 2019. And we've been here to discuss it before. He's been asking for permission to have that road attended to. Since then, the whole of his first term, at the point he and the governor of Lagos State had to write a reminder to the federal government that we are still waiting for the go-ahead to fix this road. Is it that the federal government comes down and get it fixed, or let us do it from Lagos down to the Abeokuta end? But that approval never came till the end of that administration. But when President Bola Ahmed Tinubu took office, the request was rekindled. And graciously, Mr. President approved the road for Ogun State to work on. And I tell you, immediately the state government moved to start work on that road. But of course, they need to cross some T's and dot some I's. This contract was settled as far back as May this year. But they need to, there are issues like the road is under contract, and there was need to evacuate.
Yeah, because I was going to ask about all of those issues around the road hasn't been sorted.
And that is why you saw us on Friday, last Friday, flagging off the reconstruction now, not palliative, total reconstruction of that road, 70-kilometer road, will be reconstructed by Ogun State Government. It's a federal road, fine. But like the governor will say, our people also apply that road. And the suffering on that road is already unbearable, even for him as the #1 citizen. He can no longer imagine himself watching people suffer that. So he went through all the process. He did all he had to do as the #1 person in the state to ensure that now we can go on, fix that road without
any hitch. Yeah.
And it's great to see that, you know, the governor has been able to, you know, give a time frame for this project.
18 months.
18 months.
Yes.
Help us understand, is it going to be in phases, or how is the government going to ensure?
The governor understands that 70-kilometer road is lengthy. And he understands also, alongside that, the need for speed. Because this is a road that is so important to us in Ogun State and to the entire country. So what he has done, or what he has directed, is having like 5 gangs of contractors, of work teams now, working at the same time. The road has been divided into divisions, zones now, from the whole of Songo-Ifo is one zone. You have a contract gang working there. The whole of Ewekoro is another, where you have people working at the same time. It's not when you finish in one place, we'll go and start in another. The entire Pakwalanto stretch will also have a gang working at the same time. Then the Abeokuta stretch will receive the same attention from another gang. And the 5th gang, because there are 5 gangs working, the 5th gang, their own duty is for the entire duration of this contract, they must keep the other half. You know, there are 2 parts of the road. The entire 5 gangs are working on one side of the road simultaneously. So the other part of the road, there is a gang that must keep it passable. They've started palliative about 2 weeks ago. If you pass that road now, you can. I passed the road to Lagos.
Okay.
Yesterday, I applied that road to Lagos. And it is motorable now, fairly motorable. All the big holes, the gullies have been filled. So the government is keeping a gang permanently on that side of the road. Make sure it is motorable. The idea is we don't want to close down that road for work. So if we have to work on both sides at the same time, it means it's either a total lockdown or serious traffic. So that one part of the road is where vehicles to and fro will ply, while work continue on the. And that's why Mr. Governor was confident that in 18 months we'll deliver. It is because of the arrangement we have on ground. So you have 4 gangs working on each of the zones, and you have the 5th gang maintaining the palliatives, which they have started about 2 weeks ago. The whole of Songo, Ifo, Ewekoro, down to Obada, Itori, Obada exists. Now, the road is fairly motorable. It can be passed with vehicles doing one way and managing. All we require from our people is obey traffic directives and listen to instructions so that we don't lock the place down. Because if we lock the place down, it will affect traffic. It will affect the ongoing work too. So if we all play our roles, we'll see the time frame being realistic.
This person's going to be working overnight as well, because sometimes...
If need be, they will. If need be, don't forget also that we are talking about speed. So I know the contractors have been detailed to do all the needfuls that will ensure that we deliver this road in the stipulated time.
I believe that the people are already counting. Time has been gone.
From Friday.
Of course. So the issue will be that they will be hoping that the work does not stop abruptly at the end of the day because of what had gone on before now. So the agreement with the contractors, when you talk about the contractors doing the needful, what does that mean?
It's because they've been fully and properly briefed and mobilized. You see, it is
Fund is not a challenge. Fund is not a challenge.
It won't be a challenge. It will not be a challenge.
So the state is funding this?
The governor said it. The state is taking this on with that determination that this is what we've been asking for. So it is a well thought out project. Let me put it that way. A well thought out project. And when you say something is well thought out, you already know how to fund it, how to speed it up, and how to deliver it to the people. And don't forget, it's a federal government road. We have willingly, as a state, taken on
the responsibility.
The responsibility.
So the state will not go back to the federal government to say, you know what, we spent so money. Recall that we have
that's between the state and the federal government. But now the state has a duty to deliver that road.
Okay.
That's it.
So afterwards,
whatever happens, they can always sort things out. But now, this Ogun State, as promised by Governor Dapo Abiodun since 2019, and he's been working hard to get this road released to him and his administration, he has a promise, he has given a promise, and he has a mandate now from the federal government. So he's got a job to deliver, and he will do.
Interesting, because I needed to say that because you know that there was a governor
who have to go back.
requested
I don't, don't put any buts. Let's continue smiling. Because really, it's something to smile about. This is a road that is some sort of artery to not just Ogun State, the whole country. It links Lagos with neighboring countries.
Yes.
It links many parts of the country to Lagos, the commercial hub. And then even within Ogun State, the interconnectivity enjoyed by this road, you cannot underestimate it.
Absolutely.
So it is a road that once it's fixed, not only will it ease movement on that side of the state and country, it will reduce pressure on other major roads, including Lagos-Ibadan Expressway.
All right, so what are the economic potentials of, some of this infrastructure development that the government is, focusing on for the state? We're at a time where we're talking about state government raising enough internally generated revenue amongst themselves. So what is the implication economically on the states? And on the other hand, there still might be the issue of, monitoring. Perhaps there should be another gang to ensure the compliance of those on the road, to ensure that the project itself is not abandoned, and not just, coming out to say that the government will handle this and all, but someone should be there. Someone should be able to, respond to the people, especially when they need them.
You talk about someone, one person. I tell you, people will be there. It's a project very dear to Mr. Governor. It's a project very important to even the economy of our state. That axis, we've got a lot of the likes of Lafarge Cement.
Okay, we are not going to promote anybody.
Okay, a lot of industries
Yes.
on that axis. So you can understand what that road means to our economy. You talked about IGR. If we must sustain, today, Ogun State is the destination of choice for investors. If we must sustain that, we must keep improving the economy, the environment, economic environment, work environment, business environment of our state. And one way to do this is this particular road. Because even other industries and companies and organizations on other parts of the road would find ease when this road is fixed. So it is important, it is vital. And then we want to keep inviting tourists, investors, and other business interests to our state. So when we fix a road as important as this, that connects us to other neighboring countries, connects us to a lot of other states, you cannot underestimate the importance. And talking about the commitment, which you mentioned and which I responded by saying a lot of people will be on ground. Yeah. You see, it's about desire and commitment. And I want to give you my words that I can tell you categorically that this is a project Governor Dapo Abiodun is particular and intentional about. So the idea of it being abandoned, nothing. God forbid the most unforeseen circumstances. I don't see any reason why this project will be abandoned. It's a project he took on in spite of challenges. He could have said, well, the federal government is not willing to release it, so arrest. But he went all the way, beating all the odds to say, give it to us. We want to do it. Now we have it. So I just want you to pray along with us, believe along with us, that all things will work for good as we embark on this journey to give succor to the people.
All right. Interesting. I believe that those who are watching will be praying alongside you.
Oh, especially you.
The government. But let's talk about generally the matter of the burden of infrastructure deficit the state has faced and how your principal has been able to address them head on. He said he was committed to addressing it, and so far there are those who will say, yes, he has been able to deliver on some of his promises.
You see, well, the truth is that Ogun State suffered infrastructural deficit over the years. And I make bold to say that if we have administrations before now doing as much as Governor Dapo Abiodun has done, especially in the area of road infrastructure, we won't have the state of road we have in Ogun State today. But government is a continuum. Government is one long stretch. And that's why Mr. Governor is not concerned about what has not been done, but he's looking at what can be done. And if you look at the effort he has put into road construction, it is massive across the state. Major roads, inner roads.
How many kilometers now with this one?
By now you're adding 70 kilometers to what, to what has been done. Yeah. We'll be talking about almost 800 kilometers of road and spread across the state. It is not located in any particular, for example, and major roads, inner roads, and local roads. For example, when I talk about the hospital road in Ogijo, that's a road that was in such terrible state that house owners abandoned the entire street. I'm on national TV. People can hear me, and people can attest to this. People who live in Ogijo will tell you what hospital road used to be. People left their houses there because it was no longer a place anybody can inhabit. But go there now. People are back there living there. The road is motorable, and the drainage, which was a major issue, causing flooding and all that in the area, has been taken care of. That's Ogijo. Then you can begin to talk about roads like the Ekpe-Ijebode, a major road linking Lagos, Ogun, and other parts of the country. Then you go to areas like Owode-Ilaro Road. You look at Shagamu-Ikperu Road. So you have this spread that you are Shehu-Owode Road. These are in various parts of the state, not restricted. I can go on and on and
How
on.
about this particular?
Then the Akute. Thank you for reminding me. I know that we used to have. Now work is ongoing there. Really? The people are smiling. If you open the phone line this morning, the pressure won't be as it used to be. But we understood and appreciated the pressure even then.
Right. It puts government on its toes.
And it reminds us as government of the people's need. Like my governor will say, when we feel that people should understand that a lot are being done elsewhere. And he will tell you, you have not done their own side. You are saying a lot is being done. They also deserve to be attended to. We are the one who understand the fact that we are using scarce resources. But they can see no reason why they should not also be on the front burner. So until we deliver their own need, they are entitled to keep asking.
Absolutely.
They are entitled, and that is why now Akute, Denro, Isashi, the Hailagbole axis, attentions are being given. Ifo, attention is being given. More will come. Like I do say, development will come to every part of our polity, but it will not come at the same time. There is no way it will come at the same time. There is no way, because we are looking at scarce resources, we are looking at timing, and a lot of other factors.
From what you have said, looking at timing, some have even raised concerns about the time frame for this exact project that we're talking about. Are there possibilities that other projects will still continue during the time
simultaneously? Yes.
18 months, or it stopped?
No, every other thing. No. Let me tell you, around the time we started this, I will try to conceive that yes, this can go on. The governor approved that we should have 5 roads in each local government. 5 roads identified in each local government, 20 local government, that's 100 roads. And work started. So those aren't going to stop too, because they are equally important. If you have this major road leading to Ogun State in very good state, and investors can drive 5, 10, 15 minutes into our state, and there are no passable roads to get to where they are going. So we have a governor that, and that's why I say it, that Governor Dapo Abiodun is very particular and very intentional about what he wants to do. okay, we will be doing this. This is how we're going to do it. Then all this won't stop.
Right.
We'll continue this too, because they will complement each other. We have this good road coming into our state, and we have all these good roads running across our states. Then it takes us to where we're going.
You've been speaking about scarce resources all the while, and I'm wondering how the state is able to fund all of this.
Well, the governor Dapo Abiodun came into office with a clear understanding of what needed to be done. And that's what he's been doing. First, he paid attention to the issue of IGR.
Okay.
And, Ogun State is one place where we keep telling you every day that our IGR is on the rise. And you are not hearing stories of multi-taxing, over-taxing, double-taxing. People always ask me questions about that. How come in other places, for you to tell us your IGR is on the rise, we'll be hearing complaints? It is because potentials that were there before, untapped, governor went all out.
Like what?
A lot of it.
Just give us a sense.
For example, the issue of forestry. For example, the issue of ease of doing business. The more business owners you bring, business concerns you bring into your state, the more people you have to tax. I mean, the more your income. The issue of ease of owning lands. More people come in, own land in your state, and because it is easy to get their CFO and other documents, they start the process. The state government gets some money. So these are areas more of so you can go on and on and on. Areas left unattended to. The issue of agriculture. Recently, you saw us harvesting our own rice grown
in Ogun State.
Harvested in Ogun State and will be processed in Ogun State. And it's not just
sold to other
Ogun
states?
people and those who may be interested. When we are finished taking care of our people anyway, we may consider
other persons.
Other persons. Because it is grown by Ogun for Ogun. And the idea is beyond feeding our people, ensuring that we can grow, we can grow what we eat. It's also about creation of jobs. In the end, it's about creation of income for the state, for the people.
Great.
The turnover you would see in that agricultural feat by the governor is such that people at every interval of 4 months, 3 months, 6 months, people are engaged. Money is coming into the pockets of people, not just government now. And money is going into the pocket of government. All these are part of areas left unattended to. And my principal saw, I said, look, we don't need to add more to the tax of the people, but let us open these other areas. When you open areas where people make money, they won't find it difficult paying tax, and thereby increasing the IGR of the state. So that's what we have done. And it is from this...
What's the level of the IGR now? And I'm interested also in how the government has been able to create jobs. So what's the level of persons who have been engaged now?
The number of people engaged can only be, you can hazard a guess by looking at the number of jobs created. For every attempt to grow our IGR, it leads to job creation. Because more investors, if you go look at our industrial corridors from Agbara to the Lagos Abeokuta to Ota, you will see that businesses are daily springing up. These businesses are employing people by the day. That's outside the employment being generated by the government itself. For example, if you look at the employment that has been generated in the teaching profession by this administration.
There should be a figure. That's all I wanted.
Well, because it cuts across all sectors. I may not be able to give you one figure now.
All right.
Because if I'm to begin to measure it sector by sector, yes, but because our
time is up, so we don't have time.
I was thinking you will allow me to take it sector by sector.
No, we don't have time, except you pay for time. We are generating funds, aren't we?
Now we are fixing roads. We are fixing roads. We are building hospitals. We are building schools.
Our time is up.
So we may not be able to
pay Odufor, Senior Special Assistant on Public Communications to Ogun State Government. Thank you so much for your time.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me once
again. You're welcome. Anyway, we'll take a break now. When we return, it will be time for the news update. Stay with us.